Hey everybody, just checking in again. Just had a what? Never mind. One more, just a couple more days, 2 nights, I guess. We're leaving on Tuesday to go back home. I am sure am anxious to get back home. But it's last week was quite the trip. I didn't have my bone marrow biopsy, like I said in the last video on Friday. There was a little mess up in scheduling and stuff, so um, we went with the only way we were going to get one on Monday and still stay on schedule was if I kind of took one for the team and didn't do one where they totally knocked me out. They called it a twilight sedation or whatever. It ended up knocking me out anyway, so I don't know what the difference was or whatever, but I was supposed to be a kind of awake. They say the same thing they use on colonoscopies and stuff like that, but I keep telling them, everything they've used on me on a colonoscopy has knocked me out too, and they say the same thing beforehand too. Oh, we'll still be asking you questions and talking to you through the whole procedure. Yeah, like as if that's happening. I told them I'm a lightweight for your hospital legal medications there when it comes to that stuff, so it puts me out big time. So we had to do the bone marrow biopsy, and that's where they drill down into your hip and take a sample of your bone marrow from inside your bone and stuff like that. And I tell them, I've been through so many of these that when I go to get a new hip, they're going to pull my old hip out, and it's going to look like the moon, the surface of the moon, with all the craters in it and stuff from the 30 plus or whatever bone marrow biopsy that I've had to do, and I still have to do more too now. Probably about what, once a year or so, twice a year. Yeah, about twice a year or so. So there's that. And that was kind of painful afterwards, sore for a couple of days. And then on Tuesday, not to compound things any worse, but I got my lines removed. Hey, look, nothing there. And I'll let you know that was quite painful in itself. They gave me a lot of shots of lidocaine around it, but even those were kind of painful. And it really, I mean, I was surprised she didn't have her foot up on me, pushing against me to pull the damn thing out. And yeah, so I'm hurting now. I was hurting then up here and in that thing. I felt like I got shot and run over and all this other stuff for about a day or two. Today I'm feeling much better. I've had a Band-Aid on this one, especially with some triple antibiotic stuff on it, and but I just took that off today, and I'm thinking I'm gonna let it go, and let it scab up or whatever it does or whatever. But so that'll help and stuff. And then on Thursday, I had an echocardiogram, which wasn't painful at all, except for the gel they use. It's freezing cold, and God, it's like the same ones they use when you get pregnant or whatever. You look there and, man, they must keep that shit in the refrigerator or something. Because I really don't like cold like that, or cold hands or anything like that. But man, but yeah, we're fixing to head out. I've been doing a lot of the. We're gonna go out tonight, have a real good dinner tonight. We're gonna go to On the Border for my Northeast friends. I don't even know if you have a place up there, but it's a Tex-Mex restaurant. We still love Tex-Mex from when we lived in Texas and stuff, and we'll always like that over regular Mexican food. But and maybe I'm sure my California people have heard of it, or maybe there's ones out there, but it's pretty good food and stuff like that. So we're gonna go do that because Monday we'll probably spend a good portion of the day hauling stuff back and forth. Look like we got a wagon that we can use and hauling stuff back and forth to the car, packing it up. We'll pack everything but the roof rack, and we'll do that Tuesday morning. So, but that'll be simple. We've already run through drills of it and everything because we had it up here because I had to put it together and stuff. So put it on the floor and run through drills on how we were going to pack it with the suitcases and stuff like that and so forth. But looking forward to getting back home. Everything's down to a last thing. This is the last time I have to do this. This is the last time I have to do that. Just so glad to get out of this damn apartment where you got people trying, above you, dogs barking outside the children's hospital and another hospital, University of Colorado Hospital is right across the street. So you get helicopters coming in at all altitudes and loud and soft, kind of soft sometimes, but you can hear it just about every time. One came over real close the other night and stuff, and just kids out there playing, screaming. Not that I'm against kids or anything, but where I live, that doesn't happen that much as that did and stuff, with the shrieking and stuff like that. And, oh, in the elevator, not to make things any difficult, but there's an elevator about two apartments down from us, or our apartment, another apartment, and then a big alcove area where the elevator is. All of a sudden, the elevator has decided to not work, and it's been down for a week or so. So I don't know why or whatever, but there's a safety thing. They said they got to get for it, and they can't let it run without it or whatever. And it's going to take them a while to order it and get it. And so far, it hasn't been working at all. They haven't got it fixed, and it's been a solid week because it started happening last Friday. Yeah, not the other day, Friday, but a week ago, Friday or whatever. That's when it first started happening. Because I rode it one time, and then went out to ride it again, and you just push the button, and it lights up for like 2 seconds, and then it goes out again. And then it was working for a little while, and I rode it then. And then the next time I wanted to, it was doing that thing again, and then we got a notice from the people here saying that the elevator was out. So that really sucks, and it's going to suck if they don't get it fixed at least by Monday, which they probably won't, knowing us, They're trying to hold us here captive, kind of thing. But, and so we have to drive all our stuff down to the opposite end of the building, kind of. And luckily we got a little wagon, and we can do that and stuff because we've been, kind of loading the car now. And we'll load some more tomorrow, but we can't put the suitcases out until in the roof racks, and because it's a garage, and even though it's kind of a secure garage, you don't want to leave suitcases out there on your top of your roof rack or whatever. So, but we've got it all planned out. I had to put the roof rack together up here, so we laid it out on the floor, and we did a little packing drill, of how everything was going to go, and blah blah blah, and so it'll be easy to do on Tuesday morning, because that's about all we'll have left by Tuesday morning. Everything else will be packed and locked up in the car and stuff. But can't wait to get back home. This is not my final video. That'll be probably on the week when we get back, maybe the end of next week. So maybe a week from today, who knows? But it will be soon and stuff, and I'll be really, that's going to be my tips and tricks video, kinda, and thank yous and stuff like that. But letting people know, what I did that I think improved my chances and made things go by a lot faster. That might help you if you have to go through that kind of thing. But we'll get to that then. I don't want to take up all your time now talking back. I want to do it in the final video or whatever. But I do want to thank everyone for being there once again. I know I'm sounding like a broken record every time I say that, but I just, that's one of the things. Excuse me. That's one of the things that really help. Having you people and your comments and stuff like that, So I really appreciate that. And I appreciate the phone calls, stuff like that. But I guess that's it. Next time you see me, I'll be back home. And yay! Oh boy. By the way, this is the second video I did, because the first one I forgot to turn off the caption settings and stuff, and I hate those. So I saved you the strain on that. But okay, guys. Well, I guess we'll see you on the other end. We'll talk to you later.